What's up, everyone? Julia here.
And Trent.
And we're here with episode 7 of Wednesday.
If you don't woe me by now.
I'm not going to butcher it.
Yeah, no, it took everything for me not to sing that because I cannot do that justice. But the penultimate episode of Wednesday, after the last episode where it was mysteries and revelations afoot and more mysteries building.
Yes.
The mayor's plug being pulled.
Wednesday doing a self-fulfilling prophecy and now alone.
Yeah, she's alone now. She's pushed away all of her friends. And the monster attacking at the Gates mansion and someone living in the Gates mansion.
Yeah, someone living there too.
Yeah, I'm really sus on Tyler.
I'm still sus on Thornhill.
Okay, let's see if we get any answers. Let's
go.
check it out. May's funeral.
I enjoy funerals. I've been crashing them since I was old enough to read the obituary section. Mayor Walker was murdered, and I know the killer is here. Standing innocently among us, plotting their next move.
And that's got to be hard for Lucas because he wants to
Watching everything I do.
grow and represent his dad so well.
I know I'm close to the truth. I have all the pieces of the jigsaw. I just need to slot them into place.
I love that they're focusing on the core characters. It's like, which one of you did it?
Oh.
But everyone has someone except Wednesday.
I must look past the tears and masks of grief. Until now, I may have been outmatched and outmaneuvered. The killer will make a mistake. And I'll be ready.
Someone behind the tree?
Look like it. Smart Wednesday. Collapse your umbrella. Have a weapon.
Where'd they disappear to, though?
Oh!
Still as sharp as ever.
Nah.
Pigtailed protege.
It's
Look at
Festa!
that smile!
It's Festa! Oh, I forgot Fred Armisen was playing Festa. That's great.
That's awesome. That smile, how she lit up seeing him.
And the little electrical current through the
Yes.
sword.
I love that the umbrella had a sword.
Yeah.
Just flew into town this morning and was hit by a wave of nostalgia.
I thought you didn't go to Nevermore.
I didn't. Your dad got all the brains. But I used to drop in on him. Usually from the ceiling with a dagger clutched between my teeth just to keep him on his toes.
Of course.
He filled me in on what's been going on. Monsters, murder, mayhem.
Sounds fun.
What fun! I told him I had a job in Boston, but I'd be checking up on you.
What kind of job?
The kind that means I need somewhere to lay low for a couple of days.
What did you
do, Festa? I love the little playful music they've got for Festa. This theme's great.
I've actually made a friend. That poor kid will be going home in a body bag.
Oh, close.
I like a hideout that comes with snacks.
Those bees are hibernating. They're practically Eugene's children.
Ooh.
That
Don't.
means do not eat them.
That look.
You
Good.
know,
Don't eat the bees.
when you give me that death stare of disapproval, you remind me of your mother. Speaking of scary things, do you know what kind of a monster you're dealing with?
Haven't been able to identify it.
Really like Armisen's voice.
It's called a hide.
Is it
Oh.
German?
Oh,
Well, that makes
One
sense.
before.
yeah.
Oh yeah. In '83, during my vacay at the Zurich Institute for the Criminally Insane. That's where I got my first lobotomy. Lobotomies are kind of like tattoos. You can't just get one.
You just gotta keep going back for more.
Hide.
Well, makes sense. Transforming from
Yeah.
human to monster.
She had it all. Beauty, brains, and a penchant for necrophilia. Olga was a concert pianist. Until one night she transformed in the middle of a Chopin sonata. Massacred a dozen audience members. And 3 music critics.
What triggered her? Or did she just change on her own?
No idea.
There's never been any mention of hides in any Outcast book.
Yeah.
And Nevermore is
Cover up.
reputed for having the best collection.
You tried Nathaniel Faulkner's diary? Before he founded Nevermore, Faulkner traveled the world, cataloging every outcast community.
Secret book.
Where is it?
Nightshade's library. Your dad parked me there, said I should settle in for a long stretch. And that's when I found this nifty little safe. I was hoping for a stash of cash or jewels, but instead, I found a
A
diary.
book.
A book with
Sneak
knowledge.
into the Nightshade's library tonight. In the meantime, lay low.
And don't eat the bees.
If you are discovered, I will disown you and collect all the reward money tied to your capture.
Oh!
I'd expect nothing less.
I love their dynamic.
Don't eat the...
Leave the bees alone. My visit to the Gates mansion has left me with so many questions. If Laurel Gates died 20 years ago, then who was sleeping in her bedroom? Why do they have photos of me?
Yeah.
And what is their connection to this hide? Goody predicted this quest for answers would become a lonely pursuit. Of course, Goody is nowhere to be found when I need her. The dead can be just as annoying and unreliable as the living.
Maybe Goody was saying that she's going to be alone because Goody won't be there to help her all the time, and she's misinterpreted.
I can't seem to find my bottle of Silver Moon nail polish. Do you mind if I look around? Yoko's hosting a mani-pedi party for her crew.
This is the third time in 24 hours you've forgotten something.
So,
Hint.
how is everything going?
Solitude suits me. With no annoying distractions, I'm almost finished with my novel.
Wednesday.
Was I an annoying distraction?
You definitely had some annoying habits.
Such as?
You giggle when you text, which is a 24/7 addiction.
Well, at least it's not a migraine-inducing typewriter hammering into my head.
When you're not grinding your canines, you growl in your
Let it all out.
As opposed to late-night cello solos. I'd take that over your obsession with all things creepy and dead.
You could gas an entire small village with the amount of perfume you spritz. That's just off the top of my head.
Guess I'm the lucky one with a new bestie that doesn't try to find ways to endanger literally everybody she comes into contact with. Yoko and I are so in sync that she's begging me to be her new roomie. Permanently.
Oh, that hit.
Don't let me hold you back.
Enjoy your solitude Wednesday.
It's not solitude if you're still here.
Enid hit a few chords there that got to her.
But so did Wednesday.
Yeah, oh yeah, Wednesday was brutal. Behind Gomez and Morticia's portrait.
Maybe.
Uncle Fester?
Who's
Oh.
Uncle Fester?
Why are you
What are
there?
you doing here?
Well, since I'm an actual nightshade, I don't have to explain myself. What's your excuse for creeping around in the middle of the night?
She's Wednesday.
Research.
On a monster? I'll save you some time. There's nothing in here matching that thing.
Isn't that convenient?
You know what your problem is?
I would love to hear your piercing insight.
Go on.
You don't know who your real friends are. I've been on your side since day one. I literally saved your life. I believed your theories when nobody else did. Like, what do I get in return? Just nothing but suspicion and lies.
Fine. You want honesty? Here it is. Every time the monsters attacked, you have been right there.
You're right there.
Starting with Rowan at the Harvest Festival. You have drawn the monster dozens of times, yet you've never seen it.
Yeah,
Or so you claim.
that's the weird
You
thing.
knew where it lived. Then when Eugene went to investigate, you tried to kill him so he wouldn't spill your little secret.
You think I would hurt Eugene?
Let's not forget your oh-so-convenient appearance after Tyler had been attacked at the Gates mansion.
There's a common thread that you're not seeing, Wednesday, I think.
Why haven't I killed you?
Because for some reason I cannot fathom or indulge you seem to like me.
What's to like?
Oh. Yeah, if you're gonna throw it at Xavier, you got to throw it at Tyler. Tyler's known where she is, and
How long have you been lurking?
Long enough.
To feel the tension between you. Yowza. I'd recognize the pattern of those fingertips anywhere.
jump at him, jump at him.
You can't still be mad about the Kalamazoo job. It wasn't my fault.
I was gonna say that wasn't happy. That was yeah.
You're all fault.
Enough! Let him go. Show me the diary.
In the air. Wemily. Oh.
Here we are.
Oh.
Iggy was Faulkner's right hand. And behind Iggy do I have time for a snooze or can you crack this one quickly?
Oh. How can a hand have so much sass?
Yep. I just love that they crack safes together. Commit crime.
That's what best friends do.
Yeah. Thing's technically his right hand. Man. Or thing. Flip him off. Thank you. There it
Oh,
is.
here we go.
Faulkner describes Hydes as artists by nature, but equally vindictive in temperament. Born of mutation, the Hyde lays dormant until unleashed by a traumatic event or unlocked through chemical inducement or hypnosis. This act causes the Hyde to develop an immediate bond with its liberator, who the creature now sees as its master. It becomes the willing instrument of whatever nefarious agenda this new master might propose.
Kinbot.
Anyone willing to unlock a hide is a next level.
Tyler goes to
sicko.
Kinbot.
That means I'm not looking for one killer, but two. The monster and its master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the monster may not know what it's
If it's
doing.
hypnotized, a psych would hypnotize it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to startle you. Enid has requested to room with Yoko for the rest of the school year. You two seemed as thick as thieves.
Ultimately, thieves turn on each other. I've seen it with my own eyes.
No one
Deflect all you
thieves.
want, but you and I both know that you care about Enid. And you have to admit, she managed to bring out a spark of warmth in you. Oh, don't worry. Just a tiny spark.
Not too
Barely
much.
perceptible to the average eye, but I noticed. Is it really so difficult for you to admit that you made a friend, and now that she's gone, you might actually miss her?
I'll survive alone. I always have.
You don't need to, though.
She's stubborn.
Yeah, she is. She's had several opportunities to rectify, but she's just so driven by...
Hey, being a solo Lobo has its perks. You get to live by your own rules, do whatever you want. Just look at me.
Do you want to turn out like Vesta? Miss Thornhill, I want Enid back.
I need to talk to you. No, like right now. Yeah, I know where that is. Okay, I can meet you there in like 20 minutes. Okay, bye.
Who are you talking to?
It's none of your goddamn business.
I know what you are, Xavier.
Can you stay the hell away from me?
Did you place a tracker?
Uncle Fester's got you covered.
The latest tech.
Yep.
Okay. Let's hit the road.
Oh,
What?
where'd you
I
steal it
picked it
from?
up on my way out of town. You know me. I like to travel incognito.
With a
That's amazing.
Dalmatian bike. Oh, there
Oh, there
it
he is!
Let's roll.
Oh, that is so cute.
Oh, Theremin. Love it. We're totally camouflaged with these helmets on.
It is. It's the therapist.
No. Well, he's artistic. He's an artist.
What happens if that's her son?
Yeah, we don't know much about
She's
his family except for the
Gates'
father.
girl, and he looked like the
Wednesday.
brother.
Yeah, true.
We were just talking about you.
Speak of the devil,
Oh.
What?
and she shall appear.
Dr. Kimball was just discussing your assessment. I need to sign off on it before she hands it into the court. I've explained to Dr. Kimball that you've recently been taking small but meaningful steps towards embracing your new Nevermore family.
Yes. You know, I think I've actually reached the half-hug stage. I've been reading about hypnotherapy. I think it might be a good technique to unlock my inner Wednesday. Are you a devotee?
Yes, very much so.
Oh.
I applaud your new willingness to delve deep into yourself.
What did you so urgently need to discuss Wednesday?
It can wait. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some homework I need to finish.
Oh, the looks they're both
They're,
giving.
yeah.
They're
no,
cahooting.
No.
They're in cahoots.
The Hyde lays dormant until unleashed by a traumatic event or unlocked through chemical inducement or hypnosis.
Oh, I'm glad you found that incredibly disgusting as well.
She must have figured out he was a Hyde and used hypnotherapy to unlock him. That would explain their secret sessions.
I think the kid behind the counter has clocked me. Yeah. He's walking over. I'm gonna put him in a Romanian sleeper.
She's not interested in you.
Made you a quad on the house.
Hey! Thanks, kid. Need a refill on this puppy, too.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Hi, it's nice to... Is that?
It's called a hide.
That's it from that night.
Well, apparently a hide needs to be unlocked by someone. It's Master.
Holy shit.
And your dad just walked in.
Yeah.
What'd I say?
Hello, master. I mean, father.
Oh,
Yeah, Fester's gone.
he is great at this.
Yep.
Right. Putting these up around town as a bank robbery suspect and he's a real creep. You haven't seen him, have you?
No.
Yeah, he'd be pretty hard to miss. I'll pin on the bulletin board.
I waste my breath.
They're teenagers. What did you expect?
Thank you. But you don't have to do that.
Yeah, your family's very colorful.
Ironic considering Fester's
Eccentric.
About rescheduling our date.
Oh.
Well, between the monster and my uncle.
Yeah, no excuses. Figure after what happened last time, you owe me.
Well, I
Fair
can't sneak
point.
off of campus. All eyes are on me.
I'll come to you. 9 p.m. Crackstone's crib.
Get her alone. His thing got his nails polished?
No, I just think that
They're dirty?
I don't miss her. Friends are a liability and can be exploited. That makes them weaknesses. Your job is to guard that diary while I'm gone. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh.
It's not a date. It's a quid pro quo for almost getting him disemboweled. Watch that diary.
Bye.
Meeting at Cridstone's crypt, that's why.
I'm only doing this because I owe you.
Okay, watch your step. Wait here. Close your eyes. Easy. Right here. 1 second.
Please be
Okay.
nice.
You can open your eyes now.
Please be a nice light candlelit dinner. Oh, what the fairy lights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be...
a lovely scene for a murder.
Yep, I can see Wednesday liking that.
What?
Not my taste, but...
I've ever taken you on a picnic inside a crypt before? How do you feel about scary movies?
I was wondering why the thing came down. I was like,
Prepare to be horrified.
What else? Legally Blonde.
I've never seen it. Yep. Yeah, I'm Wednesday at the moment. I'm like,
Yeah, there's definitely a suspect's bike. Looks
Oh,
as weird
no.
as he does. You guys spread out. I'm gonna check down by the lake.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
I want us to be more than friends.
You'll snap out of it.
Don't do that. Discount my feelings.
I'm not friend material, let alone more than friend material. I will ignore you, stomp on your heart, and always put my needs and interests first.
she's honest.
Mm.
Yeah, you can keep trying to push me away. It's not gonna work.
I almost killed you.
I survived.
Beginner's luck.
I'm tougher than you think.
Yep. What are you doing in the crypt?
What the hell?
Tyler. Dad? What are you doing here?
There's a serial.
School groundskeeper found a motorbike by the lake. It matches the description of the one the bank robber stole. I'm not gonna even ask what this is. I never saw the two of you here. You got it?
Oh, good dad.
Unbelievable. Come on.
You two, you saw nothing.
Yeah. Oh no! Thing!
The diary.
Thing!
Thing?
Thing! nothing.
No.
I was gonna shock him. Yeah.
Thing.
Nah, they can't kill Thing off.
No.
Come on, Twitch. Twitch.
Slap him.
He's gone
Slap
Wednesday.
No!
No, he's not. Thing.
If you can hear me. If you die, I will kill you. Go again. No, again, please.
If you think this is Death Thing, it's not!
Not.
The desperation, though. Yay! Yay.
For a
Someone
minute, we thought
suture
you
that
picked your
room.
last lock, buddy.
Promise that whoever did this to you will suffer. And it will be slow, long,
And very painful.
and excruciatingly painful.
Well, who knew
Yes.
she had the book? Tyler. Thornhill.
No, pinky promise. No.
Thornhill knew she had the book.
Yeah, because it was on the table.
The sheriff won't be far. You need to go. Maybe next time steal something a little less conspicuous.
Well, where's the fun in that?
I like the chase.
All right, I'll lay low here tonight, keep an eye on the patient, and I'll skedaddle in the morning.
I guess I'll see you at your arraignment or the nenext family reunion.
You'll always be my favorite, Wednesday.
Aww.
Be sure to tell Pugsley that. Don't give him a complex.
I do love how genuinely happy she is to see and be with Fester,
Yeah.
though. Good use of Fester as well.
Whoever ransacked my room also stole Nathaniel Faulkner's diary.
That's supposed to be safely locked in the Nightshade's library.
So you do know about the diary. Which means you also know the monster we're after is called a Hyde.
Oof.
Thank you, Miss Thornhill. I'll take it from here.
Of course. If you need anything, I'll be right down the hall.
Because we still don't know why she went down to the
Yeah,
Nightshade's
we don't.
thing either.
I don't trust her.
Yeah.
Faulkner spent years studying hides. He wanted to determine if they were just mindless killers or conscious of their actions.
What was his conclusion?
He was killed by a hide before he could reach one.
Oof.
Others tried to carry
First-hand
on his
research.
research, but the hides were too unpredictable and violent. They were officially banned from Nevermore 30 years ago.
Hmm.
All of this time you've known the monster was a Hyde. Why didn't you tell the sheriff?
Because then, Nevermore is done. Over. Shut for good. And that's not happening on my watch. But I'm not the only one withholding. If you suspect someone, you need to tell me.
Yeah.
Why? All you've ever done is gaslight and obstruct me. You don't care how many people die as long as your reputation is safe.
And the school.
I am protecting our Nevermore family, which also includes you, Miss Addams.
Mm-hmm. She may not be doing things honorably, but she does have a somewhat noble purpose.
Come with me. I have information about Mayor Walker's murder.
What are you doing, Bianca?
What?
Printed these off my dad's computer. Seems he was trying to track down someone. Laurel Gates. Looks like he started right after outreach day.
He must have recognized her there.
According to the British police report, Laurel was presumed drowned, but no body was ever recovered.
You gotta have a body.
Apparently, the Gates mansion was purchased a year ago by a 90-year-old candy heiress. She then mysteriously died and gave all of her belongings to her caregiver, Teresa L. Glau. It's an anagram for Laurel Gates.
Laurel secretly buys her old house and then comes back to Jericho as someone else. Why?
Revenge on all the people she blames for her family's misfortunes.
Yep.
Your father, the coroner, my
And
parents,
Nevermore.
and most of all, Nevermore.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know who Laurel is, don't you?
Wednesday? I wanted to return something.
The diary?
I
Oh
found
no,
it
the
in your
box.
old childhood room.
I
know
don't
you're
think
all
it's
Gates.
her.
You've come back to Jericho to seek your revenge.
No,
And
she
so did
doesn't
Mayor
know.
Walker, which is why you had to kill.
You're not actually accusing me of murdering the mayor.
The roses you left in Eugene's room were your mistake. They were the same variety I found near your childhood bed.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
There's only one reason an overqualified psychiatrist like yourself would settle in the inconsequential backwater that is Jericho. It allowed you to crawl through the troubled, young minds of outcasts until you found one that you can manipulate to exact a revenge.
You know what? I don't have time to deal with your delusional fantasies. I have a patient emergency.
Who? Xavier? I know all about the secret sessions you've been holding in your car. I also found the cave in the woods where you've been holding sessions to unlock his hide. Fine. Do you know how violently unpredictable a hide can be? Or was your plan to have Xavier committed before you could turn on you too?
Wednesday, you need help. More help than I can give you. I'm going to recommend you stay in a juvenile psychiatric facility for observation.
Oh, please. You and I both know I'd be running that place in a week.
Yes, but also
Time's up, Laurel.
it's not her.
She didn't respond to the music box at all.
There was nothing. There was no reaction.
No.
Whether that's not a good thing, but
No peaked eyebrow or anything.
It's
Nothing.
Valerie Kimbot. Wednesday Addams just barged into my office.
I wasn't aware that Wednesday had a session today.
She didn't, and her behavior was completely irrational.
oh, she's gonna die.
It's
oh
not
my
her.
God, she's gonna die. It's not her.
Yeah, it's not her!
It's not her.
Well, that's throwing your theory out,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
She's gone. Dr. Kimbot's dead.
This ends now.
Has to be Thornhill.
It has to be Thornhill. Oh God.
Oh, the knife.
Okay, you know what? You need to stay out of my space.
You need to take your own advice. You left that in my room. Actually, you left it in Thing.
Ooh.
How long have you been seeing Kinbot?
Have you? What am I saying? Of course you have. You've been spying on me, right? Because I'm the villain in your fantasy. My father thinks that my mental health is a PR problem that he needs to manage. He wanted to keep his troubled son out of the tabloids.
Because he's a celebrity.
I wasn't in your room. Believe me or don't believe me. I don't care.
What's his new artwork?
Your painting has been improving. I enjoy this one in particular.
Oh.
Feels like you really lived it.
What do you want?
I'm asking the questions.
He has a knife.
He would have used it already, I'm sure.
What is Roan's inhaler doing in your shed?
Oh.
Oh.
Are Eugene's glasses?
Whoa, whoa.
Are these stalker images you took of me?
No.
Don't forget your latest edition. Kinbot's necklace.
He doesn't recognize anyone.
Somebody planted that stuff. Please! Drop the knife. Get on your knees.
Oh, she set him up.
Appreciate the help, Addams. You framed me. I'm being set up. I should have let Rowan kill you.
Oh.
That was a bit brutal.
That is a very
That's
brutal.
a very brutal thing to say.
Yeah.
Like,
You're back. I'm gone for a few days. The place gets trashed, and Thing almost dies. Someone's got to look out for you, too. Skip the tape. Don't tell me Wednesday Addams is mellowing out.
Never.
Never.
More like evolving.
Well, 1 inch of duct tape at a time. Because we work. We shouldn't, but we do. It's like some sort of weird friendship anomaly. Everything you said about me is true, but I don't apologize for it.
I am who I
Not
am.
anymore. It's just who I am.
Go in.
Thing said he missed you.
I missed him too. I'm sorry about Xavier.
I'm not. He's a liar and a killer. Besides, there's nothing quite like the feeling of being proven right.
Except maybe someone to share it with. Thing may have blabbed about your date with Tyler, So how'd it go?
It was interrupted.
Well, I heard Tyler's working the late shift.
It's too neat of a bow.
We're closed.
Yes. It's no.
Then you should lock your doors. There's some real sick people out there.
That guy always seems so normal. You know, for an outcast.
Well, you know, it has made me reevaluate things.
I don't trust things. There's no
Like what?
music. There's no nothing.
Why is he working
Like
the
who I
night
can
shift?
trust.
Does that mean you're ready to be more than friends?
Aw.
Oh shit.
It's him! It is him! It's Tyler!
Then who's controlling him?
It's got to be Thornhill!
You okay?
I need to go.
This is what happens when you kiss people. You have vivid visions
Yeah,
of them
vivid
of them
visions.
murdering someone.
Of course, the first boy I kissed would turn out to be a psychotic serial killing monster.
Of course.
I guess I have a type.
Well, we know who the monster is. But the only
Wow.
question remains, and I'm now on
You're on
your side.
Team Thornhill?
It's got to be Thornhill.
It's an interesting that interesting Jekyll and Mr. Hyde aspect is very interesting in the sense that he potentially has no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
And it may be a use of, I'm going to put it out there, it's going to be a use of herbs or plants in order to keep him
It
under
very
control.
well could be. She's a botanist.
Yep, and to be used at a specific time.
Yeah.
So he may honestly have no idea that he has potentially murdered so many people.
Well, this now throws a spanner in the works on a lot of the history with his mum.
Yeah.
What if he
hurt his
What if
mum?
he killed his mum because he transformed?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, cool. So, whew, good use of Fester in that.
Good use of Fester.
Very good.
Yes.
Get the familiar Addamses into the actual picture and have him play a significant role in saving Thing.
Yes.
Thankfully.
And also the really solid reminder that Wednesday is not alone.
Yeah.
Because even though Fester is the black sheep of the family, he's never alone.
Yeah. And he's always very playful. It's always,
Yes.
I'm always trying to stand over Gomez from the ceiling with a dagger.
With the knife.
Yeah, but the relationship between those two and the way Wednesday has interacted with the rest of her family, it's very different with each individual. She was so happy to see Fester. Uncle Fester, she was so happy.
She has a very identifiable relationship with every single person.
And I think because Fester, as you said, is the outcast of the family type thing. I think she has that connection because she feels like the outcast of her
of her knit. Yeah.
And I like that he's going around committing crime.
Bank robbery. God.
But nice episode, and again we get more growth with Wednesday continuing to push and stubbornly push back against letting people in. Unfortunately, when she finally does let some people in,
of course it's a murdering psychopath.
It's a murdering monster. But she thought she had it all figured out, and it is a logical conclusion with the way the show would work.
Yeah.
They have planted the seeds and given red herrings that would lead to that logical conclusion. We came to a similar conclusion where we thought it was the Psych.
Yeah.
We thought it was Kinbot. I still thought it was Tyler leading into the episode, and then they focused so much on Xavier that it was just too much.
It's too much.
You're focusing on one and not another.
And it was very much also that, as you pointed out, when Wednesday was completely drilling Xavier, someone else has always been there as well, and it was Tyler.
Yeah.
Xavier has done no help to himself, though.
Not at all.
He just keeps on not...
So defensive.
So defensive and not allowing Wednesday's emotions to realize like how she processes things. It always has to be how he processes it, which is interesting how you you have to deal with that with other people. Sorry, you were going to?
Oh no, I was going to say they're a very interesting juxtaposition to how Tyler interacts with Wednesday.
Yes.
Very welcoming, very are we able to pursue the relationship now? It's continuing to be there and kind of support in just a different way instead of attacking in a defensive way. It's when you're ready.
Yeah. It's very, very teenagey, which of course, where it is that, well, I would like this. And then it's just because you announce something doesn't mean you're going to get it. And that was a really nice moment where it came on Wednesday's terms. It was equal.
Yes.
It was acceptance on both parties. It wasn't forced.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that, oh, you surprised me with something nice. It was really well done. But then, of course, he's the murderer.
Of course.
Of course he's done the murder.
Of course.
Well done. Well done.
High school sweethearts never work out. But the growth with the other characters as well, you still see Weems and Wednesday butting heads.
Yes.
But there's a lot more logic to what Weems is saying because... And Wednesday has valid points, but Weems is very much she recognizes that Nevermore has prejudice against them from Jericho and they are always fighting to make sure they are perceived well in public light.
In a very small moment in what she said, you saw all her motives in what she was doing. She was protecting not herself, not the school. She was protecting everyone.
Yeah, the school community and Jericho as well.
And Jericho as a whole.
Yeah, but opening up with the mayor's funeral and focusing on those key characters really... It started off with it was a good start following last episode where it showed Wednesday alone and then everyone going off with someone.
Yes.
Or, they have a support network available to them and Wednesday just sitting there alone. And I think Wednesday realized, or she will realize now that she was so driven and she thought it was all tied up. She thought she had all the pieces in place. I think she'll now realize that she needs her friends, and she got that. She got that with the least likely of all, Bianca.
Yeah,
Bianca coming down and helping with Lucas. Like the two people that you would not think would have helped Wednesday in the first episode.
Yeah,
up until last episode, helped and provided a key bit of information.
And the one nice thing about what Wednesday did as well, whenever she interacted with someone and they gave her information about what's happening, she gave information back and she has told everyone what they are fighting.
Yeah. So
no one is left in the dark.
Yeah. So I now want to know why...
Why?
What makes sense? Thornhill only came 2 years ago.
That's like...
Like and she's gone down into the
so she knows about the Nevermore. So she knows about Nevermore's history in Nightshade.
She's gone into Nightshade. She's obviously gone through the book. She knows that Wednesday has it. It has to be her. All signs point to Thornhill.
And especially with the founder being around Nevermore means there's a lot of Jekylls around Nevermore, hides, around there means you can find the research, which means they're probably in the Jericho community, which that's how she found Tyler. And
So how is Tyler being controlled? Does he know if he is a monster and being controlled? Yeah, because he didn't seem shocked when he saw the monster in the book. Like it wasn't that's the thing that attacked me. It was thinking back on it, it was a realization of,
that looks... It was more of a that looks familiar but not scary kind of reaction.
I thought it was... to me, it was a self-recognized, I better fake a response here.
See, so key points are, does he know?
Mm-hmm. Who's controlling him, which we think is Thornhill.
Does he know? How is he controlled?
Mm-hmm.
Who is controlling? Which we think Thornhill. And
is Thornhill Laurel Gates?
Is Thornhill Laurel Gates.
Yep.
They're the main things that need to be wrapped up in the next episode.
And is Laurel Gates the person who's is there someone else with the Crackstone? Like is she like the descendant of Joseph Crackstone?
Yeah.
that's doing all this stuff? Is there someone else? Because we still haven't had the flaming tree with Wednesday and
oh my god, I forgot about the flaming
pilgrim
tree.
either.
Yes.
So is Crackstone somehow coming back to life? Is it a reincarnation?
Is it reincarnation? And
is she searching for spells? Like what's like there's given the way the school and the town works, there's magic and mysticism in play. Like Fester's electrifying himself, so spells and sorcery wouldn't be
too far off. No. Yes.
Which we haven't really seen any sort of magic too much. But yeah, very, very interesting. Good setup.
Very, very interesting.
For the finale, are we going to get all the answers?
And that's the main thing. They have announced season 2, so are we going to get all their answers to our key questions, or are things going to flow over until season 2?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, there are some big lingering questions to explore and hopefully be answered, but very, very exciting. Was there anything else that happened in that?
There was a lot that happened in that. I think it's going to take a lot of debrief, and we'll probably remember something as soon as we stop recording.
Well, there was obviously the planting of evidence and the setup, because very few people would have access to Wednesday's room, have access and know where Xavier paints, and especially with Kimbot being slashed across the
that was a really interesting painting though. Like that doesn't
paint
you in a good light.
I also want to know how he's getting these visions. Like, is he
proximity or?
Well, he's saying they're in dreams. Does he have a latent power or something that hasn't been disclosed yet?
I wonder if there is like a mental connection between the two, because it's like they hate each other, so there's a strong kind of mental bond between
like Scott and Jean.
Yeah,
okay.
Like if
Cyclops
that aspect,
Cyclops and Jean Grey.
If there's that aspect of the emotional connection that way, and so he's just a conduit. That's the word for the visions, almost.
Could be. Very interesting. Anyway, tell us your thoughts on episode 7 in the comments. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
And as always, keep it nerdy.